Greetings, everyone, and welcome. July the 17th, 2025. And as you can see by the thumbnail and by the title, yes, Zelenskyy should be and is the author of The Art of the Deal, because Ukraine and the United States are in the process of making a massive deal. And I've been watching this for a couple of days. It's been shared by multiple outlets, but Zelenskyy himself now talking about it. But why I'm so confident to share this is because the United States actually needs this deal and not Ukraine. And I'm going to explain to you why. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your subscription, like, comment, every one of you. We so deeply appreciate it, and it helps us to get the truth out. So now, what about this art of the deal? What am I talking about? Well, a few weeks ago, the United States made a massive tactical error. Yes, a massive tactical error, and it was done by Hollywood Hegseth, the defense minister of the United States, in front of the Pentagon with these pathetic drones flying around. I'll just give you a few seconds of it.
You know what? We know why we were put here. We were brought here to rebuild the military, match capabilities to the threats of today. So while our adversaries have produced millions of cheap drones, before us, we were mired in bureaucratic
All right,
red
we'll
tape.
just leave it right there.
Not
So
anymore.
let's go back. I can just promise you right now, even anybody in the Ukrainian army or the Russian army, for that matter, that rode by with any type of drone jamming system on their vehicles behind them, or those drones would fall out of the sky in a New York minute. By the way, all of the components inside, most of those drones are from China, so we don't even talk about that. But what this did was exposed a massive deficiency in the United States. It's obvious for Ukrainians and Russians looking at that Hollywood moment with the music and all of this that it is a joke. Now, Donald Trump is becoming aware of how pitiful the United States drone department is, and now he's looking for a deal. So that moves Zelenskyy into a place of power, and that is why I say this is the art of the deal, because we have things that you need and you have things that we need. We need air defense. We need supplies. We need the ability to defend our country and defeat Russia. But at the same time, you're looking at China, you're looking at Europe, you're looking at your own defense. You want a golden dome, and your drones are pathetic, and it's confirmed by your own defense minister. So what do we have? Confirmed by multiple outlets and confirmed by Zelenskyy himself is mega deal incoming. Here is a video clip, then we'll talk about it.
We are discussing this with President Trump. I told him that I really want to buy things from you, things that only you have. And he told me that America wants to buy drones produced by Ukraine. I think it's a win-win. I really want America to help us protect our skies. It is very important.
So there you have it. You have things we need. We have things you need. You know, I highly recommend, if you guys haven't joined our Discord, a lot of this content coming on this update, it's fresh and right now because this news is just being confirmed, but it's kind of spurred on by a conversation that was happening in the Discord. But here's the reality. Americans need these technologies in the white text there. They must have them in their arsenal. This is a direct quote, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready to share this experience with America. We all know this. We are not giving the American soldier what he needs to survive in today's war. I believe this is truly a mega deal, a win for everyone, as they say, Zelenskyy. Yeah, I mean, even when you come down to drone technology, but even further than that, like anti-drone technology, Russia and Ukraine are light years ahead. I mean, Zhenya, my partner, and I said, we have these sugar cubes that we can put on us to help us stay protected from drones, little devices. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, it's so far advanced beyond what the United States has, and they're learning it. And making a Hollywood video in front of the Pentagon impresses nobody. In fact, what the Ukrainian army did, what the Russian army did, what the Iranians did, and what the Chinese did were laugh at you, Defense Secretary Hegseth. Trump and Zelenskyy are considering a mega deal in aviation technology. Under the agreements, the U.S. will purchase drones tested in Ukraine, and in return will allow Kyiv to purchase American weapons. So now it's gone from Ukraine going to purchase weapons through Europe, through NATO, frozen assets or however it's going to unfold. Now we're talking about Americans buying things from Ukraine, especially in drone technology. This deal could be very important for the U.S. And according to analysts and officials, American technologies are significantly behind Russian or Chinese ones. The USA is not ready to counter new types of UAVs, and that is a fact. All you have to look at is even during the conflict that was the 12-day war and leading up to that, how many U.S. drones were taken out of the sky by the Houthis, by random groups out there fighting and waging war in the Middle East. So it's just a fact. So well played, President Zelenskyy. Once again, we'll go back and I'll let you see it here. The Art of the Deal, yeah, it's really written by Vladimir Zelenskyy. And does he have more cards? I think he has all the cards because we're playing the long game to win freedom and victory and fight for truth. It's not a short-term deal. It's not a house flip. This is life, and they're doing an amazing job. Now, we know that Kellogg has just left the Ukraine, heading back, I assume, to the United States. And now we have what is called the Kellogg factor. Kellogg has arrived, and we haven't had massive shelling for 2 nights. This is from Zelenskyy. People are already joking. Give Kellogg a Ukrainian passport and let him live in Ukraine. This shows that Putin is afraid of America. Listen to this clip.
General Kellogg arrived in Ukraine, and there were no massive bombings for 2 nights in a row. This is a very interesting example. There were no heavy attacks this night and the previous night. Even people are already joking about it, saying that we should give General Kellogg a Ukrainian passport and leave him here, and that Americans should come to us more often, because then Russia would bomb less. What does this mean? That Putin deliberately bombs civilians. But when the Americans are here, he doesn't do it. Putin will try to intimidate, blackmail, and create tension. But he does not go for a full escalation. This means one thing. Putin is afraid of America. I've been saying this all along, and I've also told the president. Whatever the case, Putin is afraid of America, and I am sure of it.
So there you have it. Very bold statements once again by the master of the art of the deal. Speaking about Kellogg and the effect that he had there, I mean, could you imagine if something accidentally happened? And it would be on purpose because Russia just fires indiscriminately. It would be, well, we can't even think about it because Kellogg has already left. But we need more Americans there, Zelenskyy saying, and I can tell you guys, I will be there in just a few weeks. Looking forward to my next run inside Ukraine. And there are a lot of Americans there and a lot of people around the world supporting. So now the reality is this. It's going to be interesting to see now, and I'll be watching it. I have another update I'm working on right now, but it's from the Russian side on Russian economics, on interesting statement coming out of finance meeting in Russia today, plus Patriarch Kirill. You will not believe what he has said. I will share it with you in a few hours. I'm working on that content now. The last thing I want to give you in Ukraine is we have the Ukrainian cabinet is in the process. The government is changing, being consolidated, and we have an update. Subiga will stay the foreign minister. Shmyhal is moving to the defense minister. That's the guy in the middle. And the guy on the right is Umerov. He was supposed to be moving to the United States and be the American ambassador to the United States. But right now, I've already seen 2 reports that he is not being approved for that position from the American side. And Ukraine, there is one lady that it looks like she's going to be the one, but I do not have confirmation on that, so I don't have it. So we just got question marks on Umerov. He will be moving to a position inside the Ukrainian government there in Kyiv that is not connected. So a security council type position. So this is where we're at. This is what we see today as of right now, 12:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7:47 p.m. in Kyiv. And yes, President Vladimir Zelenskyy, that is how you make the art of the deal. Thank you, guys. You be blessed. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we'll be back in just a little bit.